from conceptual. Dr. Rick Wallace here. Again, forgive me, guys. My voice has taken a beating, but I'm good. I'm feeling good. It's a lot going on, but I am grateful to still be in a position to do the work I do and the work I love and the things that I am passionate about. So I'm coming to you now. First, I want to remind you, we're still raising funds for Black Men Lead, which is a rite of passage initiative and wraparound services for African American males ages 4 to 30 primarily, but we extend in either direction. Also for fundraiser for general stuff that we do, including what I'm going to talk to you about here today. And whether you want to give directly to Black Man Leader, you want to give to the general work we do, there's links and information in the description box for you to do that. Felicia Johnson is still missing. And for those of you who don't know who Felicia Johnson is a 24-year-old young lady who was from California who came to Houston to celebrate, I think, her birthday. And she, while I was here, decided to look for a job and stay down here. She went to some club. I couldn't tell what type of club it was, but it's obviously a after hours club or something like that. I won't speculate too much. But she went in to apply for the job. She was denied, and she got in a car and left. That much we know because we can see it on footage. After that, it gets real sketchy. We know that somebody is purposely creating profiles online to pretend that she's still alive and she's still well and she's doing her thing and all of that, but it's not adding up. It's not her. The big part of this is that her father immediately showed up. When she didn't answer the phone and they couldn't locate her, he came. And I want to say, first and foremost, we hear so many things bad about Black men, Black husbands, Black fathers. This man has been nothing but grinding to the helm since this happened. He's been in Houston pulling up every unturned stone, reaching for help in every way. And before I go on, as the executive director and founder of the Odyssey Project, I have extended all that we have available to this father. I'm going to see what I can do personally. But what we need now is somebody out there who knows something. And so I'm going to be providing as much exposure for this as I can. There's also going to be a link of the article that'll kind of spell out what's going on in the description box after I finish this video. But here's something that really bothers me, just more than, as a father of daughters, a total of 8, as a father of 8 daughters, my heart really hurts because I can't imagine one of my babies missing. I can't imagine having to wrestle with the possibilities of where she is and what has happened to her. So my heart goes out to him in that. And the sad part about this, and what really, really, truly kicks me in the gut, is that his story is simply a microcosm of a much larger issue. We have over 70,000 Black females missing in America, and that number may even be conservative when all things are considered. And what we have is a very casual approach to confronting this devastating reality. We're talking 70,000 Black women who have gone missing and never been recovered. And when you have that many Black women unaccounted for, and there's no real significant, solid, and consistent effort into bringing closure to their stories, it gives an indication, or it sends a message that they don't matter. I don't like that. I don't like sending a message that our women and children don't matter. I don't like sending a message that our young men don't matter. I don't like sending a message that blacks are expendable in any gender, in any uh, uh, age category. I am at wit's end at this enigmatic and problematic reality that we are walking around as if this isn't an issue. We are living in a world where we have 70,000 Black females missing, and everybody's just moving around. We're talking about all the other stuff that's going on. And don't get me wrong, you know me. I am pretty much highly comprehensive in engaging the Black struggle. I don't just look at one thing. I'm looking at education. I'm looking at criminology and mass incarceration. I'm looking at serial force displacement. I'm looking at socioeconomic deference. I'm looking at so many things that are all together strangling Black progress. But when my love for Black women is merged with the truth that we aren't taking care of our Black women in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and that we can easily explain away or diminish a large number of these by saying, well, they were addicted to drugs, or they were living on the street, or they were practicing the oldest profession known to man, and all of these other things that we use. They were still somebody's daughter. They were still somebody's sister, in many cases, somebody's mother. And we need to stop throwing away people who are struggling. We need to stop throwing away people who could really use our help. We have become so individualized in our thinking that as long as I'm okay, I'm good. That's not my problem. We have developed a mindset that says, shoot, everybody not going to make it. No, everybody isn't going to make it, but that doesn't mean you don't try to bring them. If they don't make it, it means because they never took the hand or the olive branch, or the extended reach that you gave them to try to pull them along, not because you looked at them and didn't feel they were worthy of your effort. You didn't feel they were worthy of your support. You didn't feel they were worthy of searching for praying for, and standing up for. That can't be us. That's not the stock we were birthed out of. That's not the heritage of our people. That didn't come from our historical lineage. That came from a diminished understanding of who we are. That came from an identity crisis that bred self-hatred. That we could look at others who look like ourselves and see no value. I see more Black people supporting animal rights advocacy than I do Black empowerment. I see more Black people supporting all the other nonprofit organizations out there that are siphoning money away from what's really truly needed in the Black community. 70,000 Black women. Now, what was interesting is this father, in his frustration, said in an interview, Black Lives Matter, where are you? I mean, let's be real, Black Lives Matter grifted the Black community out of over $100 million and kept it moving. Now, yes, slowly but surely, they're being investigated and scrutinized, but the 100 million is gone, and the Black community is just the way they found it. They came in under the heat of battle and took something that was galvanizing a community and bringing together a nation of Black people, and they sucked the life out of it and ate off of the plate. So yeah, I've got a problem. When we're out here busting our ass trying to bring some life and breathe some life into this community, into my people, and people like that come along and use our suffering as an opportunity to get the bag. Yeah, I got a problem with it. I got a problem with all the black politicians that are sitting around while this man hurts and suffers. Not that you yourself can find his daughter better than any law enforcement agency, but that should be a public call using your platform to put pressure on people who may know something to stand up. But since you won't do it, I will. There's someone in Houston or maybe somewhere else that knows somebody, that talked to somebody about what went down, that knows where this young lady is or knows what happened to this young lady. If that was your daughter, if that was your sister, you would want her home. However that ends up, you would want to know where she was. You would want to have closure. You would want to be able to move forward knowing you gave your best. This black man deserves that. I'm going to do everything I can. I hope that we come to a resolution, but I'm not going to sit idly by because of everything else I got going on and sit up and say, man, that's something else. I'm just not built like that. I think that's, some of the reason why I'm so worn out is because I take on the fight. When I leave this place, I want to leave a legacy. And I don't want any part of that legacy to say I quit. I don't want any part of that legacy to say I half-ass did something. I don't want any part of that legacy to say I could have helped more. I could have done more. I wanted to say I came and I gave everything I had and I made my presence felt. That people's lives are better because I was here. That even in my pain, I healed. We need to start caring about one another. We need to start loving ourselves so that we know how to love one another. There can be no excuse for 70,000 Black women. There can be no excuse for babies going missing and no one doing enough to bring them home. It's time that we stand up. It's time that we learn how to love ourselves enough to stand up for ourselves and fight for ourselves and embrace one another. It's time out for the individualism. It's time out for the self-hatred. It's time out for the selfishness. It's time to understand that we are one. I am going to get off of here. Once again, the organization could use your support in a number of different ways, whether you're supporting Black Men Lead or you're supporting the organization in general. We're asking for your support. The link is in the description box. I will keep you updated on this story. You're probably going to hear a lot more of it before it's over because it's about getting exposure. And no, I don't have the exposure of some of these bigger platforms, but they're not speaking on it. So I'm going to scream and scream and scream. And maybe somebody will share it. Maybe somebody will comment. Maybe enough people will get it and put it out there. But Felicia Johnson deserves some justice. Felicia Johnson deserves to be found. Kevin Johnson, her father, deserves to have some closure on what's going on and what happened to his daughter. And we should care enough to want to do everything in our power to help them bring that into reality. So, like I said, as the founder and executive director of the Odyssey Project, I am extending every resource we have. And right now that starts with creating as much social media exposure as I can. So sharing this video is going to be of the utmost importance, getting it out there, making sure that people see it. It's immensely important. This young lady just vanished. And yes, it happens, especially in a city like Houston. that's a hub for sex trafficking. But that's not an excuse. It means that we're not doing enough to protect our own. And with me having so many daughters, and some of them young and some of them just starting to feel themselves, it keeps me on edge, because this could easily be me. All right, that's it. Again, everyone, Nyasha, that is unfortunately a possibility, especially in this area. And as horrible as this sounds, that would be at this point the best case scenario, because it would mean she is at least still alive. Uh, Heavily traumatized, but still alive. So we're holding out hope that we can find her. The problem is, if somebody's been trafficked and you don't find them within the first 24 to 48 hours, it's going to be very difficult to track her. And so that's the problem. But we can't give up. We can't sit around and give up. I refuse to do that. So share this video, support the work we're doing. If anybody hears anything, contact me, and I'm going to get it to the proper authorities, to the proper people. There has been a private investigator hired. There is a $5,000 reward. We are working on some other things, but I really want you guys to help this man bring closure to this. I mean, this has been a rough couple of weeks for me. If we can at least close this story out, a lot of this would be make a whole lot of what I've been facing a little better. Stacy, you know, I'll be keeping you lifted, and we're going to keep her lifted. And we're going to hopefully unite in this. This will just mean so much to me. If we could find just one cause to unite for, if we can build on that. But that needs to be a proper ending written to this story. Just simply vanished is not, to me, a proper ending. It's not something that you can sort of start your healing process on. So on that note, I'm going to get out of here. Again, you guys take care, and hopefully we will be reporting something positive in the coming hours and days. On that note, I'm out.